What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Nancy, and welcome to the fucking first ever WWE Monday Night Raw from Netflix recap. This is a huge show. 4.9 million people viewed this episode of Monday Night Raw. It's the first time in its 31 career that Monday Night Raw is not on live television, but it is streaming on Netflix. This episode of Raw was live on January 6th, 2025 in Los Angeles, California. And it's a momentous night. So to kick that off, we get a history of WWE video playing on the curtain. And basically, it's just showing all of the history of WWE, including Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. You see The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, all these great legends. And it's just cool to see that before the curtain falls and we see Triple H is in the ring. Triple H says, "This is the moment you are all being seen and heard by the entire globe. Show them who you are. Are you ready? Welcome to the Netflix era." Fireworks go off. What a fucking way to open the show. I mean, Triple H is, if not one of the best WWE wrestlers of all time. He is doing a great job leading the show behind the scenes. His booking has been really good in my eyes. But what I will say is going into the show is very excited. However, after the show, I'll give you my takes on what I thought. Decent opener. It was a good way to get fans or people who don't really watch WWE to know about the company. However, I do say it's shitty for the fans that did enjoy the company because I felt like this was more of a show for new people trying to get attentions to the product rather than the actual fans. The Rock then comes out, which is huge. The Rock says years ago when I was a little pebble and traveled with my dad, Rocky Johnson, the only way to watch WWE was to buy a ticket or watch it on Saturday mornings. Now you're watching it on Netflix. This is the largest arena gate in the history of WWE. Finally, The Rock has come back to Los Angeles. This man has carried the company on his back for a year. Cody Rhodes, thank you, brother. We see WWE champion Cody Rhodes in the crowd. Rock says, "Tell Mama Rhodes." The Rock said, "Hello. I want to acknowledge my cousin Roman Reigns. I don't know if Roman is the OC, but he's the OTC. I'm a High Chief of Samoa, and I'm going to watch this match closely if you smell what The Rock is cooking." A couple of takeaways. I was listening to Busted Open, and Bully Ray made a good point. Why the fuck is Cody Rhodes, the main WWE champion, not getting an entrance? Why is he in the fucking crowd hearing The Rock basically give him a pat on the head? There was really no purpose for Cody Rhodes to be there, but yet he was advertised, and I didn't understand why they would not use their one of their main WWE champions, the undisputed champion, that is, in a capacity. I'm also questioning what this means for The Rock and Cody Rhodes going forward, this bloodline storyline. Will we see The Rock and Cody down the line? I don't know, but it seems like The Rock has buried the hatchet, and maybe that's what he wants all the fucking thing. Our first match of the night is a special tribal combat, Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. The winner will be marked as the tribal chief of WWE. We see Solo land a clothesline and some headbutts. Solo hits a spinning Solo Roman onto the announce table and hits Roman with a TV monitor. Solo then hits Roman Reigns with chair shots many times. Solo blows Roman and hits a spinning Solo onto a chair for a two. Roman gets hit with a kendo stick by Solo. Roman then powerbombs Solo Sikoa through a table. Tama Tonga pulls the referee out. Jacob Fatu hits Roman with an Impaler DT and a moonsault. Solo hits a Samoan spike for a two count. Solo then spikes the referee. Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso run out to attack Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. Uh, Sammy hits a haluva kick to Solo. Roman lands a spear, two count. Sammy and Jimmy then dive onto the bloodline on the floor. Kevin Owens then runs out and hits Roman Reigns with a stunner. Roman Reigns kicks out of that. Cody Rhodes runs in and brawls with Kevin Owens. Cody hits a Cody Cutter to Owens and they fight into the crowd. And then Roman Reigns lands two spears to Solo Sikoa. And Roman Reigns is the official tribal chief after this win. After the match, The Rock comes out and puts the Ula Fala on Roman Reigns' neck and hugs him. Roman Reigns is the OTC and the only tribal chief. Good match. I liked how we saw interference from Sammy, Jimmy, the Bloodline, Kevin, Cody. That storyline merged into this one as well. Great opening for this episode of Raw. I think it got a lot of eyes on the product, and I think it was a good match. I really like what Roman and Solo did, and it was a great opening for Raw. Next, we have John Cena coming out to the ring. I'm a huge John Cena fan. I had his foam fingers when I was young. I love his album with the song Right Now on it. John Cena's a big legend in my book. Cena says this is the first time Raw is shown throughout the world. He basically talks about how right now he has no shot at winning his 17th world championship. He does say he will get that shot by winning the 2025 Royal Rumble match. Remember, this is Cena's farewell tour. Will they give him a proper farewell and give him one final title reign? I don't think so. But it was great to see John Cena back. The crowd was behind him. Great stuff here. Next, we have the World Women's Champion Liv Morgan with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio defending against Rhea Ripley. Rhea hits a facebuster and a Shining Wizard. Rhea then lands a German for a 2 count. Liv hits a backstabber and tosses Rhea into the post and hits a tornado DDT for a 2. Rhea lands a Riptide for a 2. Liv hits Three Amigos a frog splash for a 2 count. Rhea slams Liv and then lands a Riptide 3 times. And we have a new WWE World Women's Champion and Rhea Ripley. Finally, Rhea has ended the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour after Dominic asks Rhea for a hug, but Rhea hits a low blow and a Riptide to Dominic after Rhea walks off on the stage and the Undertaker comes out on his motorcycle. He greets Rhea, and the two of them raise that arm up in the air. A great moment for Rhea Ripley. She's the new World Women's Champion again. Liv Morgan held that title for a record over 200 days. She's was a great champion, but Rhea Ripley is definitely the woman that WWE wants to push and go forward in 2025. The rub from the Undertaker was even better, but I really felt like the Undertaker should have definitely done more than just this. It was cool to see him interacting with a female like Rhea Ripley, though. Next up, we see Jey Uso and Travis Scott taking on Drew McIntyre as Jey Uso walks down to the ring through the crowd. Travis Scott lights up a blunt for all you fucking tokers out there. Let's smoke and join Travis Scott. Inhale that nice marijuana. Have fun. This is a decent match here. We did see the surprise finish after Drew McIntyre gets rolled up by Jey Uso and Jey Uso gets the victory. Drew is clearly pissed. He was not expecting Jey to get the victory here. And now I wonder what that means for Drew going forward. Will he attack the Usos on SmackDown? Will he go after Jey next week? We'll have to wait and find out. But this is the more of the night, seeing Travis Scott come out and smoke a blunt. That was pretty fucking awesome. Next up, we have the American hero Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart coming out to the ring. They get booed out of the building. Hulk Hogan is known for making his racist comments in the past, so fans are not happy with him. And clearly, they let that be known by those boos. They basically promote Real American Beer and Raw being on Netflix. Really, no point for Hulk Hogan to be there other than to just promote his beer. And we've made it to our main event, a huge match. CM Punk defeats Seth Rollins. This was a great match, nonstop action. We see Seth Rollins and CM Punk with a pedigree on the table. We see a curve stomp attempt, but the end comes after CM Punk lands a superplex and hits two go to sleeps. And CM Punk has put Seth Rollins to sleep and ended Seth Rollins' bitter words towards him. A great moment here for CM Punk. This is the most watched show in WWE history. So to have CM Punk main event that, now they can't say that he hasn't had his moment. This is a good night for WWE. I will say this is like an over 3 hour show, and I felt like there was a lot of wrestling missing. I know there's a lot of entertainment. I know this is a way to kind of go back to the old days and surprise everybody with the people, but I feel like it was lacking. We didn't see Charlotte Flair. We didn't get Becky Lynch. We didn't get Penta. We didn't get all these things. We did see some people come back and make returns, but really it was just, I feel like it was a house show on steroids. But that was our coverage of WWE Monday Night Raw, the first Raw of 2025. We'll be back next week as we have the women's intercontinental title on the line, Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria, and so much more coming your way next week. Chad Gable taking on a mystery opponent. He wants to face the best luchador in the world. A lot more. We have SmackDown recap coming up, TNA Genesis recap coming out. I just dropped the recap of World's End. Much more coming your way as 2025 is just getting started, and I'm so excited. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified. If you want to hear us instead of see us, you can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay safe and stay unfucking censored.